Hey, folks, welcome back. Unfortunately, it's a little dark here where I am, so I can't get proper lighting on me, but we have the slides, which is probably what you want to see anyway. This is 3 at 3 for December 15th, 2021. Unusual option activity is what we're going to present. That would be calls or puts that were purchased in large numbers on the offer. That's what we care about. If it's purchased on the offer, we're thinking that's somebody who thinks they have time critical information that they want to take advantage of. And of course, we want to follow someone who thinks they have time critical information. To give you an idea as we get started here today, with the first trade, SunPower, SPWR, this is a $20 stock. They're buying the January 22s. So basically a little over $1 out of the money, these calls. They bought 2,500 of them. So we want to pay attention to that. We want to pay attention to the time frame, again, a little over a month into the future, and your choice as to whether you sold a put spread, sell puts naked, buy those calls that they are buying, the 22 calls, or construct a spread, as I frequently do. That is buying the 20s and perhaps selling the 23s or something like that, and knowing that you've got 90 cents of intrinsic value in those 20s because, of course, the right to buy SunPower at 20 when it's trading 20.90 would be worth 90 cents. So, for instance, that's an intrinsic or in the money portion of that spread. As long as you're doing it one-to-one, you have not increased your risk. In fact, you've taken down your risk of time decay as well as the volatility compression that could go on. With that said, I wanted to let you know that, of course, Fed Chairman Powell will aggressively dial back their bond buying, and they see as many as 3 rate hikes next year. I don't see that. We'll see whether or not they indeed follow through with that. But the market did turn around somewhat dramatically. NASDAQ was down a full percent and is now up a full percent. Dow Jones Industrials about 0.5% to the upside after being down as well. Taking a look at our next one here. Oops, before we get there, if you'd like to be a fat Santa and give something to your niece, nephew, significant other, grandchild, yourself, you could subscribe to Market Rebellion and get the live stream. As long as you're signed up for a UOA service, we have 3 different flavors. As long as you're signed up for one of those, you get access to unusual option activity. You also get weekly trade ideas, live webinars to help you become a better trader, and a trading community. And you can see all of that if you go to marketrebellion.com/UOA live. That's marketrebellion.com/UOA live. You'll be able to see all of what we've got going on right there. Second trade today, another Expedia trade. Expedia has been attempting a rebound, and as it does, with stock at $156 a share, they bought some Jan 160 calls, $4 approximately out of the money. We followed in. I was already in EXPE. I am long the 155s and selling calls against it as we rally, which I hope we continue to do. Third of our 3 at 3 is RIOT Blockchain. They are back buying calls in RIOT Blockchain with it just sub 25. They're buying the Friday expiration December 25 calls. As that's pretty self-explanatory, but these calls do expire Friday, just 2 days hence. 5,100 of them is 500,000 share equivalent. So pretty big trade. And I think we could be richly rewarded if indeed we see this one moving higher between now and Friday. If you've got questions, we always try to bring you answers. You just go to @Jon Najarian, that's @JonNajarian on Twitter. You can pose those questions there. Perseus, who's a frequent flyer here, says, he is PERSEUS 575. Am I a dumb ass for buying this DraftKings dip? I know. If I have to ask, I already know the answer. No, you're not dumb. Question is, when we get enough activity that we want to jump back in. I have not done that yet, Perseus, but I have traded this one, but I haven't made a big position that I hope to ride for a long time. So sorry about that. I am not in, and I don't think you're being a dumb ASS for buying the dip. Smart money. This comes our way from Chris Nowacek. Chris's handle is @CHRISNAWOICHIK. Hey, John, I would like to know the put call behavior on the indices, general market direction. What's the smart money up to? Well, Chris, they were, in the case of the QQQs, they were buying some January puts earlier today. Now, if you wanted to follow that, I did not, but if you wanted to follow that, obviously it's cheaper now, but it wasn't a critical mass enough for me to jump on it, Chris. So the smart money was more or less just, I think, sort of licking their wounds after a couple difficult days, and perhaps that's why they weren't as willing to trade ahead of Jay Powell. Fugazi, whose handle is @JoeExoticsMullet, MULLET. What should I get my girlfriend for Christmas? Thanks. You already know what you should get her. Access to one of the 3 unusual option activity subscriptions. If you choose not to do that, well, you could make her richer and maybe she buys you a better present, Fugazi. But if you choose not to do that, I'd say jewelry is always the next best thing. Thank you, Fugazi, for the question. And folks, thank you for joining us. If you'd like to check out all of our offerings, go to marketrebellion.com/get started. That's marketrebellion.com/get started. And I will see you tomorrow.